Welcome to Mobile Math, Math Lessons on the Go. Today's learning goal, by the end of this lesson, I should be able to multiply single-digit positive numbers together without the use of a calculator. So let's begin with, what is multiplication? Multiplication is a shortcut for repetitive addition. So you'll see here I have 6 5s all added together. So a shortcut for writing that would be these symbols over here, which would be read 5 times 6, or 5 groups of 6. Down here I have 3 groups of 13. So I can rewrite that as 13 times 3. And you'll notice we have some new symbols appearing. So showing multiplication, there are various ways to show this. So you can see in the blue text on the top here, 3 times 4. This is a very popular symbol for multiplication, using a little x. Writing two numbers together with brackets, even writing two numbers together with only one bracket. Those are all ways of showing multiplication. So the key with this is 3 times 4, so that means I have 3 groups of 4. So you can see that over here, 3 groups of 4 gives me a total of 12. Or I could read this as 4 groups of 3. And if I have 4 groups of 3 here, you'll notice I still get the same product or same result, which is 12. So I used a word there called product, and product is the final result when we multiply terms together. So product, multiply, times, those all come from the same family, and they all involve multiplication, so they all have similar meaning. So one way we can show or visualize multiplication, if I have 8 times 3, we can imagine that's 8, I could count all the way across here, groups of 3, or 3 columns here, and if we count up all of those columns, I end up with 24 little squares total. I could also model this as 3 groups of 8 rows going this direction, and if I count all of those up, I still end up with the 24 as the product. So I can use a number model as well, because multiplication is a shortcut for repetitive addition. I could rewrite 4 times 6 as 4 6s all added together, and then I could go back and use some of our additive strategies we've learned in previous videos, getting some friendly numbers, adding things together, and still coming up with 24. If I want to approach it as that was the first example, was 4 groups of 6. The second one is 6 groups of 4. If I like those numbers better, it still doesn't matter. By the time I break these down into smaller pieces, you can see that I still end up with the same result of 24. To use the area model, we're going to keep the area model very simple in this video. The next video will have a lot more on the area model and how powerful it is. If I show 4 times 6 here, I could simply count up the squares. And by the time I do that, I would still come up with the same result of 24. So the area model more is just to give us a visualization of what's happening. And in the next video, I'll really show you how we can use the area model. So if we wanted to find the product of 9 times 7, you can see from the area model, there would be a lot of work just to draw that out and to start counting all of those squares. So at this point in time, the area model is just for visualization purposes. The number model might be a bit more favorable for this question. So if I write out 7 9s added together, I start grouping 9s together to make 18s. I can break them down into 10s, which I find very friendly, and I keep collecting, and eventually I end up with 63. And again, the nice thing about the number model is you can break these down into pieces that are friendly to you. So depending on your comfort level, that's a great advantage for solving problems. So I'll ask you to pause the video for a second here, and I'll give you a chance to try these 3. And then when you are finished, hit play again, and we'll look at the answers. Welcome back. So we'll do the first one here. 3 times 6 is 3 groups of 6, which is 18. 7 times 8 is 7 groups of 8, or 56. And lastly, 9 times 4, or 4 groups of 9, 9 groups of 4, however you want to approach it, I should still end up with 36. So hopefully you got those same answers. If not, go back, try again, see where your mistakes might have been. Thank you for watching. Please watch again and pause where you may have had difficulties, and good luck in your future math problems.